Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2 Review. The Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2 is a minor upgrade on its predecessor, adding a digital rotating dial, bigger version, currently inactive ECG, an LTE option, but it's also considerably more costly, putting a hefty price on only a few extra features. The Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2 is barely an upgrade on its predecessor, which came out earlier in 2020 but lacked the rotating bezel that made its beefier sibling. The Samsung Galaxy Watch, such a hit, but the refined version of Samsung's sporty smartwatch comes with a digital bezel and a few other tricks to become the best wearable in the company's lineup, and earned a place in our best smartwatch list. The similarities to its predecessor are probably for the best. The Active 2 retains its predecessor's slimmer, minimal, modern look. It's almost certainly a more broadly appealing setup than the Galaxy Watch's girthy form, akin to the more masculine style of traditional watches. It's manageable and rigorous enough to take on runs, yet packing enough features and capabilities to rival the Apple Watch 6. But the Active 2's extra features come at a literal cost. It's nominally pricier than its predecessor, shrinking the watch's affordability edge over Apple's watches. Still, the Active 2 is a solid choice for consumers on the hunt for a smartwatch to take on runs and into the office, especially for Android users outside the iOS ecosystem. Yes, it can be used with an iPhone, but with limited functionality, and for the same price you could pick up the new Apple Watch SE or an older Apple Watch. When the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2 launched, it started at USD 279.99 for the Fordham version or $299 USD for the 40-form version. The Fordham model isn't available in Australia. The Galaxy Watch Active 2 is also available in an LTE model in stainless steel, which in the US is offered through Sprint, AT&T, T-Mobile, US Cellular, and Verizon. In the UK and Australia you can buy this version outright at USD 749 for the Fordham version and 799 AUD for the 40-form one. That launch price puts it between the Apple Watch 5 and the now discounted Apple Watch 3, which, while not reaching the high cost of the latest Apple smartwatch, still offers firm competition. Since then, it's been trickier to find stock of the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2 thanks to the focus being on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 range. On the plus side, it's often more heavily discounted when you do find it. The Galaxy Watch Active 2 is a dead ringer for its predecessor, the Fordham version. Anyway, since the new smartwatch is also available in 40 form, which is more manageable than the Galaxy Watch's hefty 46 bigger model. As it stands, both options are pretty light, starting at 26 for the smaller aluminum and 30 for the larger present, but not weighty when worn during a run. Like the original Active, the basic Watch Active 2 has an aluminum body. It comes in cloud silver, aqua black, and pink gold colors. You can also get it in stainless steel for a higher price, which comes in silver, black, and gold. The cheaper model comes with a rubberized fluoroelastomer band, which you'll recognize if you've ever worn an Apple Watch material that felt natural through casual and sweaty activity and would be fine worn sun up to sundown. The two side buttons are also the same as before, a back button on top, which is now outlined in some case colors, and a home button below, which brings up your apps, while double tapping the latter brings up Samsung's Smart Assistant Bixby by default. You can set it to something more useful, such as a shortcut to a frequent favorite. That's about standard for smartwatches, and it's enough screen real estate to filter through essential information, though sorting through any text meatier than a notification is a chore. Most of Samsung's first-party apps are optimized for this tiny display, but some third-party options are as audacious as they are spectacularly unsuccessful. By which we mean, we downloaded a YouTube watching app on a lark, and it went about as expected. The Active 2 is an Exynos 9110 dual-core chipset, the same as its predecessor and the original Galaxy Watch, for that matter, but at 1.15 GHz, it's fast enough. The smartwatch's 768 MB of RAM is fine for switching in and out of apps, though it's upgraded to 1.5 GB for the LTE model. That's enough power to zoom around the interface, though we still wish Samsung had been able to fit more than 4 GB of storage in there, especially since once the operating system and baseline apps have been loaded up, you're left with 1.5 GB to fiddle with. Enough for plenty of songs and apps, but not leaving much room for bigger, bolder software. The Watch Active 2's fitness apps and features haven't changed much. There's still 39 workout tracking modes, like running, walking, cycling, and swimming. The exercise modes generally work fine for the cardio-related routines, but struggle with those defined by motion. The crunches mode, for example, only counted reps when the hand was extended far over the knees, meaning anyone performing a crunch with arms crossed over their chest is out of luck. It's a non-specificity that extends to other workouts, like arm extensions and jumping jacks, which were similarly finicky. If anything lives up to Samsung's claims about the Galaxy Watch Active 2, it's battery life. With typical use, our Active 2 lasted through 2 full days. While that's not quite the 4 days that our original Galaxy Watch survived for, it's more than can be said of the Apple Watch line. Android phone owners looking to pick up a quality smartwatch from a known brand should consider the Active 2, especially if they're, well, active. This is especially true for lovers of the original Galaxy Watch who were wary of a dial-less watch. And since we might never get a Samsung Galaxy Watch 2, this might be the closest we'll get.